Hello, hello, Yukiro here, and I am finishing up setting up. Hopefully I have got everything working. I have no idea if I've got Twitch working or not properly, so I'm going to quickly check Twitch is okay, because I have no idea what I'm doing on Twitch. I know Facebook worked. I checked that last time I streamed. But Twitch is still an enigma to me. So okay, that seems to be working as far as I can tell. Let's swap windows. There we are. If you hear an echo, don't mind me. That's just me checking on Twitch. Okay, everything seems to be working. So, as far as I can tell, we're good to go. It looks like I haven't messed up too much. Eventually I'll figure out Twitch as much as I have YouTube, but until then, just bear with me. So today I'm just gonna chill for a little bit before I have to go and play the watermelon game, just because it's easy for me to play. Ooh, I'm flying. It's easy for me to play and chat at the same time, and I don't have to stop for character dialogue for when I'm usually playing RPGs and stuff. I will play more Dragon Age at some point though, potentially next week. All depends on when I get available. So one of my friends unfortunately has to move out, so I will be helping them with that. But I'll set aside some time for you guys as well. I'm fairly sure I am only working 2 days next week. Yes, so I'm sure I can spare some time. So once I'm done flying around the screen. Okay, so how is everybody? Hopefully everyone is doing okay. I think we are all chill. So I ended up binging Fallout series on Amazon Prime the other night, as some of you may know from my video that I posted up on YouTube. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how well they did it. I don't know if it deserves the hype that it has, but I can certainly see why it's hyped as much as it is. And it definitely made me want to play Fallout 3 again, so that's probably going to happen at some point. I need to actually complete some of the games I've got before I start more games, but why hold off, right? So let's bring up my watermelon game. I'm doing the web browser version because I have no idea how to put my Switch through to the laptop. I'm old, okay? Like 1,000 years old, and technology is not really my strong suit. I know the basics. I know enough to get by. Let's move me out the way. Make me a little bit smaller, because I'm small. That should be good. I'm taking up the room with the chat. Let's move myself over here a little bit. That'll do. Oh, hello, John. Good. I was about to say good morning, but it's actually afternoon now, so good afternoon. I'm not going to be able to see chat if that's that side. Okay. Hindsight is 50-50, right? Let's move you over there. Then I can see my chat and still see my web browser. Have you seen the new Fallout series, John? I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in. Let's turn that down so I don't get the echo, because we don't need the sound on my laptop to play this game. It was really interesting to see how they managed to pull off the Fallout. There's definitely things I would change about it, but oh yeah, definitely better than Halo. I haven't watched Halo, but I've heard a lot about it, and yeah, there's a lot wrong with Halo from what I've heard. Hiya, Knight. Oh, right, it was just that kicking up. I'm alright, just chilling. How are you? But yeah, I've heard how bad the Halo one was. One of my friends is a huge Halo fan, and he goes on about it. So yeah, it's definitely one of the best adaptations I've seen in a long while. I can't speak. I kind of gave up expecting much from adaptations, so I was actually really surprised by how well they did it. I think most of the problems with Halo, from what I've heard from fans, was their showing off. Oh, what's his name? The guy's face. Sorry, I'm not a huge shooter fan, so my brain's completely gone. It's going to be one of those days. But yeah, I think that was the main complaint, because obviously the guy never takes his helmet off. So that's one of the main complaints I hear for the Halo adaptation. Not a game adaptation, but the worst one I've had the misfortune of watching was the Dragon Ball Evolution one. Ugh, I hated that one. That one was... I'm not sure which was worse, that adaptation or the British English version of their dub of one of their movies, where Big Green comes from. That was awful. I definitely prefer the American dub for that one. What other adaptations have I seen? There's been quite a few. Some I think I've just pushed to the far reaches of my mind so I can forget about them. I suppose the I'm going to say recent, but it wasn't that recent. The recent Mario movie was pretty good as well. I wasn't sure on whether or not I'd like the voice cast, but they did a decent job, and I really liked Jack Black. My brain's gone. I'm really bad at names anyway, but yeah. He really surprised me as Bowser. I took my nephew to see that one, and he really enjoyed it. And he doesn't usually sit still long enough to watch a full movie, and he loved it. I think we were singing the Peaches song for like hours and, well, days afterwards. Every now and then I still hear him belt it out every now and then. It's like, bless him. I miss being a kid. Well, sort of. Sometimes. Oh, I suppose that's fair enough. As I said, I'm not a huge Halo fan, so I can't really give too much of an opinion on it. I can only go by what my friend says, since he's the Halo fan. If it's not bad, then it's not bad. I guess it just depends on the person. Like, you can't please everyone all the time anyway. I'm just glad to see a Fallout adaptation that was actually really good. Yeah, maybe one day I'll give in and play a shooter game, but I'm just really bad at shooters. And I don't really want to listen to 12-year-olds cursing at me and yelling. Probably because I'll just get twice as bad back at them. I don't hate kids, but I also hate kids. I know there's a what's the game my friends have got? It's like a pirate game. I'm freaking out on the screen. Yeah, I suppose some stuff is hard to adapt properly. I would say I wouldn't want them to adapt Dragon Age or Mass Effect just because of how sort of like personalised those stories can be. I think the only way they could do an adaptation of those is if they don't focus on Shepard. Like maybe if they did a prequel or something far in the past. But then you wouldn't have... Then you'd still have fans not being happy about that, so it's... yeah. It's pretty much a lose-lose situation for people, really. I'm not doing very well in this game, but never mind. Just to chill. Oops, I should have gone over there, never mind. Ooh, delivery. I'm going to assume it's food delivery, in which case, yum. If it's not food delivery, then yay, getting stuff in the mail. It was actually my brother's birthday yesterday, so I completely forgot about that when I promised to stream. And then obviously I ended up staying up watching Fallout, so I'm just an idiot all around. I guess I'm going to fail this game, but never mind. Oh. Oh, no. I'm just gonna... Fine. Yeah, I'm still not sure what I want to make of Absolution yet. Like, I'm glad they didn't focus on any of the main heroes. But I did not like the main female. I'm very fussy when it comes to female leads. I just didn't like her all that much. And the Kunari kind of irritated me, but I think that's just the personality choice they decided to go with her. Again, I'm rather fussy, so... I did like the male characters, though. They were fun. They probably... I wonder if they'll be using those characters for the new game coming out. I'm not sure when we're getting more information on that, actually. It's this summer, right? Fairly sure it's this summer they're releasing more information. And then we're getting the game this year as well, I want to say. Although, don't quote me on that one. I think the only thing that really... Yeah, I've completely failed this, but never mind. The only thing that really bothered me in Absolution was them not treating the Canary woman as I would have expected them to. Like, I'm fairly sure they were into Vinta, right? So I'm glad they kind of made it seem like she was like a slave or whatever, but at the same time they didn't really acknowledge her in the way I was expecting. I don't know, there was just something that really bothered me about it. I did like how closer to the game lore that they made it, though, compared to Dawn of the Seeker. Although I really like Dawn of the Seeker as well, but that had its faults. But I'm also kind of impartial to Cassandra, so I love Cassandra. I'd marry her if I could. She just has the personality type I like. I like the easily flustered people, because I like teasing them. But I'm cruel like that. Oh, I know, who wouldn't? She was my first romance on Inquisition, which I don't know if I've actually told my friend that, because she thinks I'd romance Dorian first, just because, I mean, he is fabulous, let's be fair. But no, it was actually Cassandra, my first romance, which was entertaining. I love Cassandra, because she seems like such a badass, and then she's just a huge romantic and easily flustered, and it's just so adorable. I love it. I don't think you're going to fit in that little gap there, so I'm going to plonk you over there. Great minds think alike, Knight. Who was my second romance? I think it was Solus. I think Solus was my second romance. And then I went either Cullen or Dorian. I can't remember. Oh, you would. Right. Yeah, I really hope they do release a Dreadwolf soon. I'm a little bit anxious about it, but I also want it, like, yesterday. I'm not sure if there's any games I'm actually looking forward to this year. Mind you, I'm kind of limited to what I can actually play at the moment, but my PlayStation 5 works well, I just haven't got it connected to the internet. well, it's connected to the internet, but it doesn't have the subscription. Brain, stop failing me. PlayStation Plus? No. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Because it's got with it going up in price this year, it's just a little bit too expensive. So I mean, I don't really play online, so I don't really need it. And the games that come on that you get for free with it weren't really all that interesting to me. They've had some good games on there, but there's just not a whole lot that I found interesting, so... the one game I've been playing a lot on my PlayStation, there was Cult of the Lamb. That was pretty entertaining, in its own sadistic way. Yeah, you're just gonna... I thought you would. It's fine. I need to stop flying across the screen. Games I've been playing lately, as I just mentioned, Cult of the Lamb. Although I haven't played that in a while because I've completed the first run of it. I need to play the DLC though, or the like the after main game section. I've also been playing obviously Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age Origins again. What else have I played? I've been playing Pokemon Violet on and off. I actually got my nephew Scarlet, so every now and then we'll like play on there together. Although I haven't played on that for a while. Welcome back, John. I've not been playing anything new other than Baldur's Gate, and I suppose Cult of the Lamb is a little bit new, so that's technically new. I do have a huge pile of games that I need to go through though. I have been playing Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition on the PlayStation 5. I think I first completed the first one, and I think I was making my way through the second one. But that was before I started streaming, so streaming kind of got me waylaid on Mass Effect, and I ended up playing Dragon Age instead. Although I might stream Mass Effect one day. It won't be the Legendary Edition though, because I haven't got that on the PC. But I've got the original trilogy and all the DLC, so it doesn't really matter. It just won't have the improved graphics and whatnot. But I've got a lot of PlayStation 4 games just staring at me right now that I haven't played. My friend lent me, I think it's AI the Somnium Files. I need to stop flying around the screen. Yeah, so my friend lent me that, so I do need to play that. I've got several of the Yakuza games I need to play. I need to play Uncharted. I think I played most of the first one. But I got the Nathan Drake collection, so I want to play that. I've got God of War. I've got a few of those I need to play. think I got 1, 3, and I might even have 2. I'm not sure. I've got a couple of those that I need to play. Trying to think what else I need to play. Oh, I've got The Witcher I need to play. I did start playing the first one, but I think it crashed on me, or my computer crashed. But that was a couple of computers ago. But I do need to actually sit down and actually play that. What else have I got? Obviously the Mass Effect editions, Dragon Age, because I've always got them out so I can play them. I think they might go 2 games half the time. I've got Vampire. I'm not sure what that game's like. I'm not exactly sure how it came into my possession, to be completely honest. I know I didn't lend it off with everyone because it's still in its packaging. But there's that there that I need to play. I do really fancy replaying Red Dead Redemption. Blah, 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 tongue twister. Red Dead Redemption. I don't really want to pull out my PlayStation 3 for the first one though. And I'm not even sure where that is. But I've got the second one that I wouldn't mind replaying. Oh, no worries, Knight. Take care of yourself, okay? Hopefully I will stream again soon, or if not, I'm always in Discord if you want to hit me up or whatever. Leave a message in the group and I'll... Even if I'm in work, I'll sometimes sneak on and just reply. Because I'm terrible. As long as my boss ain't around. But shh, you didn't hear that from me. I haven't, is it Seth? I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, so I'll skip on the last name pronunciations, otherwise I'll just butcher it. It looks like a familiar name to me though, so I might have come across them at one point. But I'm not entirely sure. I think the main... Who do I go for main reviews? I don't think I even watch game reviews. The only reviewers I really watch is, I guess Saber Spark I watch now and then. Oh, actually, no, I do watch some game reviewers. Super Horror Bro Mike I watched mostly, and Terrico. Although they mostly sort of like play the game and then discuss it, so it's not real reviews, I guess. I don't know. I just watch whoever's entertaining. Yeah, I'll definitely stream again, Knight. You go and take care of yourself. Okay, I will get at least one more watermelon one day. You're just not giving me anything I can actually use, and now I'm just like dying. Yeah, that's what I thought. So what sort of game reviews does he usually do then, John? Is multi-stream working? I have no idea. I have no idea how this multi-stream thing works. Hopefully it's working. Okay, maybe I'll look them up at some point. Let me actually jot that name down, because I will never remember that name. No, I don't want that. Okay, let's have a look. How do you spell that name? Okay, I think it's actually popped up on my list. Okay, I've blah 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 blah. I have oh god, I can't speak. Subscribed. There we go. I'll check him out at some point. I don't mind a bit of humour. I don't get offended that easily. Chances are, I'd probably, depending on his type of humour, will depend on my type of humour. Because some people just really make me want to troll them. I don't usually, though. We'll see. But no, I shouldn't get offended. It's very rare that I get offended about things. Life's way too short to be offended by everything. And I see my friend get unhinged rants anyway, so I just find it funny, to be fair. So there's definitely some people I watch that are a little bit unhinged themselves. But you can watch people and not always agree with them. Although, I'm sure half of Twitter would disagree with that, but that's Twitter for you. Oh, by the way, hi Twitter fans. Not that I have anyone over there, but hello anyway. But yeah, you can enjoy watching someone and not agree with them. Just like you can be friends with someone who you don't agree with. But again, I'm sure the internet would disagree with that one as well. But that's all I'll say on that. Don't think I know Maxor either. I'll be honest, most of the people I watch on YouTube don't really talk about games, which is usually what I probably should be looking at, but I think most of them cover sort of like movies and TV shows more than games. Who do I watch as actually a gamer, other than the two I mentioned earlier? I think that's it, actually. No, I'm sure there's another one. Oh, Sheep Rampage, I think it is, but again, horror, so... Which is weird, because I don't even play horror. I just like the lore and watching everyone else play horror. Yeah, so most of the people I watch that are gamers, they cover things like FNAF, Poppy Playtime. I'm sure there was something else, but those sort of games. I'm sure there was another game. What is the game that's coming out this year? Oh, Little Nightmares. There we go. I remembered. I really want to play that game. But I'm also a chicken wuss, so the chances of me actually managing to play Little Nightmares is next to zero. Although I did actually manage it this Halloween. Up until the leeches part anyway, and then I chickened out and decided not to play anymore and shoved it into my friend's hands and said, here you go, you can take over. I've watched someone else play the whole game before. I really enjoy watching others suffer. Yeah, you fall down there. Get in my way. This game loves giving me fruit I can't do nothing with. What's the time now? Oh, that's okay. We got a while. We got a while. I'll be going out later for some D&D. So that's what kind of way I wanted to make sure I got everything done before I started streaming. Made sure all my meetings were finished with, because I knew I'd be out later. We'll play a bit of Magic the Gathering first, though. I ended up making another deck last night, I want to say. Yeah, last night. Because I've got so many cards. I got like several boxes worth of cards. So I made myself another deck. I know you guys don't really play it, but I really enjoy making decks. Because then I can torment one of my friends with them. He likes all the big and clunky mechanics, but it takes him ages to get them out. And then there's just me, like, trolling him. Because I like trolling my friends. I'm evil. But you didn't hear that from me either. Although they already know I like messing with them. Oh, that's pretty cool. I know America loves to corporalize pretty much everything, especially medicine. It's really sad. Not that, you know, our medical situation over here is the best, but at least you don't end up bankrupt just because you've got, like, a sickness that you can't, like, physically help. Oh, come on, seriously? 3 of you. You're just gonna... There, thank you. Not that that helped me at all, but thank you. Ooh. No, I didn't quite get a melon, but we're getting there. Look, stop floating up, because I need the space. Yeah, I'm not really sure how you'd fix the medicine thing over America though, because they're kind of just set in their ways now. I don't think there's much you can do. But that's a whole discussion. Okay. Wonder how you get rid of the watermelon then? Because I've managed to get a watermelon before, but I've never actually managed to get two. I'm assuming they just disappear completely. Oops, you meant to go the other way, but never mind. Where do I want to put you? I'll put you there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I can understand why a lot of Americans take on YouTube as a, I'm gonna say career, because some of them do. For me, this is just a hobby though. If I do end up monetized, then I end up monetized, but it's not a high priority for me. I just wanted to game and just meet like-minded people. And I'm self-conscious about how I look, so I figured going this route of VTubing would be perfect. Plus, I mean, just to look at my model. My model looks amazing. Plus, it's got the boob physics, which is highly entertaining. Are there any movies out that might be interesting to watch? Yeah, Twitter will definitely rage. My problem is, because I see myself as more centre, I'm gonna annoy whichever side comes for me. But they can do whatever they want. I don't care. I am who I am. I ain't gonna change for nobody. Twitter's gonna Twitter. I think majority on Twitter need to step outside and touch some grass. And that has come from someone who likes to stay indoors and game, so yeah. I think that's why I don't really care for Twitter. Like, I use Twitter, kind of, here and there. But I'm not on Twitter a lot. See, I was never on Tumblr either, but yeah. Yeah, didn't most of people from Tumblr come to Twitter, if I'm right? Twitter and Tumblr lore kind of goes over my head sometimes. Like, I watch a couple of YouTubers that talk about drama and stuff, and some of it is soaked into my little noggin, but a lot of it just goes over my head. There's definitely some unhinged people on Twitter, though. I haven't come across any yet, but I've seen a lot of female VTubers put down a lot of male VTubers and lump them all in the same brush as some really horrible people. And I think that's really weird. But that's just me. Like, I've had bad experiences with men, don't get me wrong, but to lump them all under the same brush, or paint them all with the same brush, I should say, it just seems really, I don't know, too much for me. Oh man, Newsgrounds makes me feel... Well, that makes me feel old. The only thing that comes to my mind with Newsgrounds now is the Magical Trevor song, of all things. Sorry for the sudden fizz. Yeah, don't know if you remember Magical Trevor. What was the other thing? I think it was Salad Fingers. Although I've managed to push most of that to the far corners of my mind because that was weird and creepy, but yeah, I remember that too. And I think it was Happy Tree Friends was also on there. I've also somehow managed to block that from the rest of my mind, for the most part. And I think I got exposed to some really weird shit as a kid. Yeah, I wasn't really a huge fan of Happy Tree Friends either. Like, I don't mind gore, but it has to have a point. I don't like gore for just for gore's sake. Like, I enjoy Berserk for its gore, but it's not gory just to be gory. I mean, I guess it is kind of, but don't know. Damn you. But there's a story reason for the gore, if that makes sense. Whereas Happy Tree Friends was just gore, just to be shocking. Can't even remember who actually showed me the Happy Tree Friends. I know it was one of my friends at the time. I'm not even sure if I still speak to them. Okay. I'm not doing too well here. But I'm not doing the worst. Okay, that's something. I still don't think I'm gonna... Don't you go up. Don't you dare. Of course it did. See, this is why I can never actually beat this game. Not that there is a beating to it, but you know what I mean. Because it cheats. I'm sure it cheats. Yeah, this game likes to cheat on me, John. I don't know why it's so addicting, but it's a big cheat. Come on, keep rolling. Keep on rolling. See me rolling. Oh man, now I feel old because I've just got that song stuck in my head. Why do I do this to myself? Yeah, it could be worse. I'm sure my friends will get worse songs stuck in my head later. That's usually how our nights go. Starts up fine. Then at least one of them gets into the political debates. And then it usually ends up with one of our other friends getting music stuck in our head. And it's not good music either, it's really the annoying stuff. What was it last week? It was Shrek All Stars last week, except it wasn't the entire song, it was just him going, what was it? And they just keep coming, and he just repeated that over and over, and at the end, I think me and my female friend both want to just smack him for it. My friends are nuts. I love them to bits, but they're nuts. I guess that's how they end up putting up with me, because I'm probably just as bad, but I'm not going to admit that to them. I'm fairly sure they already know, but, you know. Close for deniability. Yeah. All the people in our group are all from the same workplace. How retail ended up with so many nerds in it, I'll never know, but I'm not complaining. It beats being a nerd with nobody to hang out with. It's nice to have at least a couple of people to be able to talk to about things. But we're all pretty different. Like, I'm definitely the more... I'm going to use the term, I don't really like using the term, but I'm definitely the more woke of the group. But I'm not woke, if that makes sense. Whereas our other friend would definitely, if we were American, he would definitely be somewhere on the right. Probably further right, but not far right, because he's not religious, but there we are. And yet somehow we get along. Which I don't think Americans know how to do that, but I'm not really gonna go too far down that rabbit hole. Maybe one day they will. They'll figure it out. Today's not that day, but maybe one day. I kind of see America sort of like a young sibling. Like they're in that rebellious, you can't tell me what to do phase. I think that's why I pick on them so much. It's not because I hate them, it's just because they remind me of like a younger sibling. And as a younger sibling, I don't have anyone to pick on, so I'm going to pick on them. Oh, come on. You're right next to each other. Yeah, you know what? That would not surprise me, John. It really wouldn't. It's a shame, though, because even if you have different opinions, you can still, like, get along within, you know, within reason. Obviously, there are certain people that you can't agree with it at all, but I'll leave it there for now. But for the most part, you know, you can at least try. But I have hopes that, you know, people will figure it out. People will grow up. I gotta have hope in something, right? But let's stop with the somewhat political stuff. I'm gonna have to deal with that later anyway, so sometimes it can get too much. And I'll probably piss off like Twitter if I keep going anyway, because no matter what side watches, they'll probably hate me. Nah, you don't have to apologise. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of political talk, but I just really can't be bothered to deal with people who just don't want to open up their mind for any opinion other than their own. You know what I mean? It's just tiring. How have I managed to get, like, oranges, like, completely surrounding the yellow thing? Seriously, you're right next to each other. At least touch a little bit. Do not be afraid of the little bit of touching. There we go. Well, I suppose that still works, but how am I supposed to weasel myself out of this one now? Yeah, the bark. Bark, bark, bark. Apologies, one of my dogs is barking downstairs. Yeah, the physics does not like me at all. Which kind of mirrors my dislike of physics when I was in school. I did like chemistry though. That was fun. I used to blow shit up in chemistry. Oh, seriously, you roll the other way. Ah. Damn it. It looks like my nephew's home. Sorry if you heard that. This is why I don't stream around this time, because it gets noisy. I really, really need to invest in soundproof in this room. How did I even manage this? Here we go. So any games you're excited to look... Any games you're excited to look... I can't speak today. Blah. Are there any games you're looking forward to this year, John? Is what I'm trying to say. I know potentially Dragon Age is coming out this year, potentially, but I don't really know any other games that are due to come out this year. I have a big smudge on my glasses. Why have I got a big smudge today? I haven't touched them. Yeah, no new games. Yeah, I don't think I've got any new games I'm looking forward to. You know what? I think I have Pillars of Eternity. I haven't played it, but I think I've got it on Steam. I'll have a quick nose now. Yeah, I do have Pillars of Eternity. Not played it, but I have it. Is that a single player or is it a multiplayer? Okay, don't think I'm going to be able to get you to touch, am I? No? Okay. Oh, I did manage to get you to touch. I don't know how, but I did. Okay, I don't have Grim Dawn. Not actually heard of that one, but I do have Pillars of Eternity. Maybe I'll try and play that one day. Hopefully my laptop runs it. And welcome back, Knight. Come on, touch, touch, touch. Yes! I sound like a freaky person trying to get people to touch each other. Ugh. No one take that one out of context. Yeah, well, I won't be on... Actually, no, I think I've got some time. My friend doesn't usually pick me up until about between 5 and past, depending on cats. So we got time. I will let my brother know my fans say happy birthday. Was that dog coming upstairs or just dog by stairs? We'll find out if he bangs down my door. Yeah, my friend will pick me up for D&D tonight. Because we managed to get back into it. We're still waiting on one of our friends to let us know whether or not they can actually come back to D&D. But we got kind of fed up of waiting, so we started without him. But it was easy enough to have him wander off for a minute. I've somehow become the leader. I'm not entirely sure how my antisocial elf has somehow ended up as the group leader, though. Because he was definitely not a people person, my character. And then one of our party members pretty much left. Another one died because he was stupid. Although he keeps blaming me for it, but he was just stupid. And then I just ended up the leader somehow. Really not sure how that happened. It's not a new campaign. We've been doing it for, I want to say, a year. But we've had to go a couple of months without because one of our buddies, he does nursing work, so his shifts have been all over the place. I've never actually played Warhammer, although I've we do. Oh, I'm fairly sure we still have a shop for Warhammer, which I've been into and sort of had a look around. They used to do like I think they did like game sessions there. I don't think we have a place for D&D in the city where I'm from. I've also never looked. We just do a homebrew one and just chill. It's definitely a lot more fun with friends. And it's definitely chaotic. Yeah, it definitely depends on the group you're with. Obviously, if you have people who take D&D a little bit too seriously, you're probably not as going to have as much fun as you would if you just had a group that just, wanted to chill and just do crazy stuff together. So my group is pretty relaxed when it comes to D&D. Okay, that happened. So we do pretty much just have fun with it. There are times where I kind of just look at my party members and just think, where have your brain cells gone? Why are you doing this when we've already made the plan? But did I just... This game doesn't like me at all, does it? Wait, you haven't crashed, have you? I think it's crashed. My luck for this game is not very good. Right, let's reload. I wouldn't call my party murder hobos. Two of them, however, very special. And I say this with as much love as I possibly can. But they're not the sharpest tools in the shed, shall we say? Another one's just derpy. There's about, how many of us are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6. Well, there's 5 of us, including the DM. The DM is pretty fab. He's good. He comes up with really funny stuff. But then you have me and the other female friend. She likes collecting things. Mostly books, but things in general. She is currently playing a kobold that thinks they're a dragon. I believe they are... I think they're a chaos wizard, or whatever it's called. I think that's what they are. I can't remember. Anyway, so she likes collecting things and learning how to speak and cast demonic spells, because as you do. So Riesel being Riesel, which is my character, the elf, he doesn't like kobolds, but he's tolerating this kobold because he treats it more like a pet. Faintly smart pet, but still a pet nonetheless. He's antisocial and pretty much hates his party members, apart from the kobold, kind of, and other characters who is a thief. Him and the thief have done a few trips of mushrooms together, because, you know, as you do. So he likes the thief, which is a gnome. The gnome loves to kick people in the balls in order to escape. So yeah. He also likes to grave rob, so he's a grave robber thief. But his thing is kicking people in the balls. And I would say my party is a pyromaniac party, because I think all of us at some point have set something on fire. I set a book on fire, but then I ended up dousing the book because we kind of needed it. But I also set a bank on fire, or helped to set the bank on fire. We've also set a casino on fire, and a ogre/giant encampment on fire. I think we've set something else on fire as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. So those 3 are the 3 that have been there since the start of the campaign. Hence why my character actually puts up with these 2, because they've been there from the start. But then you have one of my friend who played a cleric. he was the one that left. He was a noble, and he decided that the party had betrayed him, even though he had kidnapped someone and was currently doing drugs in this dead person's house. So our characters were like, the fuck is going on? So he left because he thought he was betrayed. He also took a shit on a witch's table, so that was a thing that happened. As I said, my party's pretty weird and relaxed. We don't take anything too seriously. And then the other one that got himself killed was a paladin, and he was a dragonborn paladin. And it was the stupidest thing. Like, we'd already agreed with this criminal gang leader that we were going to get this painting by ourselves and get some way of showing up the banker that she doesn't like. Whether it's just make a fool of him or whatever. That's all we had to do to get this painting from her. And Mr. Bright Eyes Dragonborn Paladin decided he was going to rob this lady of this painting instead. Which did not work out because we failed epically. And then he decided he was going to try again. Why, I don't know. So 2 of the party members did manage to sneak into the place fine. But then he decided he was going to start a fight with a bouncer for some bizarre reason. And I went there to try and prevent anything too stupid from happening, but I guess I wasn't very good at doing that because, yeah. Then he told me while he was harassing this person to hit them over the head with a club, which I knew for a fact that I could not carry because I'm just a little elf. So I was like, fine, I'll give it a go, but I'm telling you, I'm going to fail at this because I knew I was going to fail. And what happened? I failed. And he ended up dead. So, yeah, our party is just a little bit special. He is now playing a druid which can shape-shift into dinosaurs, so he's having fun with that instead. But yeah, my party's definitely special. I've not actually played the Inquisition path. My elf at the moment is a ranger, which can summon a dragon. Well, actually, she's a drake, but a dragon. Due to RP reasons, he is also now a cleric, which is kind of how I ended up being the leader, because not only am I not a pet, aka the kobold, I kind of had to keep with my character's personality, and he would definitely be the type to say, you know what, fuck this shit. 2 of our party members, well, one's dead, one's fucked off, don't know who these 2 new guys are. I'm gonna just take over as the leader, and although I'm not gonna be leaderless, I definitely have to be a little bit more bossy. So yeah, things just happened. Yeah, our party is pretty much dysfunctional. So the person who's playing the druid shapeshifter was the one who was playing the paladin dragonborn. He has decided he has a gong that he's going to hit every time he has a bright idea. So the last campaign we went to the giant/ogre. And yes, Shrek showed up for a minute because my friend, the DM, is hilarious. He decided that while we were sneaking about trying to figure out if these giants had kidnapped this person we were trying to drag back to the mayor because he was lying to the mayor, so instead of being sneaky, he was going to ring his dong and alert the giants and the ogres to our presence. We still beat them, but we have such a dysfunctional party. It's hilarious, the shenanigans we get up to. It really is. But yeah, if you have a serious group that you know, takes D&D too seriously, you're probably not going to have as much fun unless you're also a serious player. But if you have a group of friends which, you know, don't want to take things too seriously, but you're probably going to have a lot more fun with it. I could have played a bard and gone the horny route, but that might be my next character. I don't think any of our party is particularly horny. Although every time I tell my party members that I'm straight, they're like, "You're what?" I'm not sure why they think the elf is going to be gay, but he's not. He's straight. He likes his women. It's really funny. I think it's because he doesn't flirt with anyone, but he's also an elf, and I don't see elves as the flirty type. But he's just like, "No, I like women." Yeah, my friend's weird when he comes to characters. But he wanted ogres and giants, so hence Shrek showed up. I think we still have that little doodle he did of Shrek. Fairly sure we do. Yeah, we had a bard for a little while. So the guy who played the cleric knight played a bard for a little while. He didn't really get along. Well, he enjoyed our party, mostly the paladin dragonborn, which was hilarious. But the rest of the party didn't like him because he betrayed us, kind of. But Patches was his name, and he was like the theatre's sort of like Joker, or what are they called? Jester, that's it. And he had the little puppet and everything. So for some reason, I think you can guess what the reason is. He latched on to the Dragonborn paladin so much, and it wasn't for any flirty reason. It was simply because every time he stole money from the paladin, the player had no idea. And at one point, so the bard swapped the coins out for mashed potatoes, and he still didn't, still to this day does not realise, well, we've told him obviously, but he still doesn't realise what happened. And he's like, "Why is my money always getting stolen?" Yeah. And it's like, it's because you're not paying attention. It's Patches doing all the stealing. He's stealing your money and swapping it for mashed potatoes. So funny. But yeah, Patches didn't last very long because the party just didn't trust him after he betrayed them. So I think we've got a villain in the making. As for the general plot of the campaign, we're working currently for a nobleman. Because our DM gave us a couple of choices where we wanted to go, but we ended up working for this nobleman, and he wanted paintings to find a treasure or something. So that's kind of what we're doing at the moment, or we're doing. We've finished that part of the campaign now, and now we're trying to get back to the Elven lands for something. I think there's like an artifact or something that we need. I don't know the overall plot yet, but I think our DM is just winging most of it, which is fine. As I said, we're not too much of a serious party. We just want to have fun and do crazy shenanigans. He might have an actual overall plot though, depending on, you know, our situation and what we're doing though. He just doesn't tell us too much. I do have a fair idea of what we're doing though. But I think we're just enjoying just having a lot of fun with it. And seeing what sort of crazy shenanigans we get up to. But yeah, I think I think I will play a bard next. Although I'm really tempted to play another type of character. But I also don't want to kill my elf. Because I like my elf. He's cool. Yeah, the character that played Patches is a huge troll. Like, he loves trolling people. Sometimes to the point where it gets really annoying and frustrating. Most of the time it's funny as fuck, though. I definitely kind of want to play a bard, though. Because my character, Nelson, he's definitely a huge flirt. He will flirt with pretty much anyone and anything. He also does a little bit of trolling. I wouldn't say on the level of Patches, though. Although it depends. He'd be the type of person to put a spider in your bed if you... just to get back at you for something really silly. But yeah. I also kind of want to play a mage, though, so... we'll see what happens. I really don't want Weasel to die, though, because I like Weasel. I know Rangers aren't exactly the most popular class to play, but I'm having fun with it. And it really fitted his background, so... he's definitely the most serious character I have. Apart from when he takes shrooms, but you know. Medicinal reasons only. Also, he says, anyway. I think the wildest thing he's done is probably definitely setting fire to the bank, though. That was definitely the highlight of my crazy career. I definitely was not expecting to do that at any point in time. Yeah, so some people have more fun with D&D than others, I think. Regardless of their sort of like gameplay. We do sort of I think it's what I'm trying to think what version of D&D my friend bases his campaigns on. I think it's 4. I'll have to ask him at some point because I'm not entirely sure. I know it's not Pathfinder. It might even be a homebrew version. I will have to ask him. Most of my characters for D&D tend to be characters I've created before. Unless I really, really want to go something different. So Weasel was originally created for a mud I was part of. He started off more like a monk in that game. If you don't want to know what a mud is, it is basically an online text RPG based on D&D. Some more than others, but you can also get like sci-fi, cyberpunk type versions as well. Some are pure RP and some are RP and combat. Some are pure combat. It honestly depends on what sort of type you join. But original Weasel was more of a monk then. He didn't use any weapons. And then he met a noble lady and kind of fell head over heels in love with her, even though he was a dick to her at some point. But then he ended up using a sword and shield. The personality was still pretty much the same, though. He was still pretty much a dick to everybody, apart from other owls. But he was just really fun to play, so I decided to just remake him, more or less, but just change his class around a bit. So he wasn't a ranger in the original version of him. I actually think I still got commissions of him that had done like ages ago. Let's see if I can actually find some. No, I have way too many commissions. Let's see. Oh, that's way too big, but thank you. There you go. So that's kind of what Riza looked like the original iteration, and that was the noble lady that he fell in love with. That's one of them anyway. Yeah, the artist was really good. This was done... How long ago was this done? I want to say early 2000s. I do actually have the original picture of this hanging up on my wall at the moment. And it is signed, so... I'm really happy I got this artist to do it. I don't think they do commissions anymore. But I'm also not on DeviantArt anymore. So... I don't think they are, actually. But yeah, that was one commission I had done of them. There's quite a few I've had done. Fairly sure I've still got them all. And then there's this one as well. A bit more realistic, but I know this person still does art, and I think they do post their art on Twitter now, but I don't think they do commissions anymore. Oh yeah, no, I haven't drawn these. I wish I had this talent, though. The best I can do are headshots, and they're usually chibi styled. And I haven't drawn in a long time. But yeah, I wish I had the skill to draw like this. The character I really want to do next, he's actually from my book, although versions depend on his personality and how strong it is. But it's this guy when the picture shows up. Did I not? Oh, why are you so big? 2 seconds. Right, okay, I posted it twice for some stupid reason. There we go. Is this guy. This guy I want to do next. He's an assassin. Depending on the iteration, he's either really fucked up in the head or not quite as fucked up in the head. But yeah, he's my assassin bard. And I really want to play him at some point. But I also don't want to kill Riesel off, so... but yeah, his original person was from my book, from one of my books. I have been writing, Although I've been having a bit of a slump lately, so I haven't been writing as much as I usually do. But I think I'm also at the point with the werewolf smut that I'm kind of getting a little bit bored of it. I think that's my problem. But at the same time, I'm writing it to make money, so it's like kind of my job to write it. I do want to get back to writing fantasy though. I think what I'm going to do next after I finish this book is I'm probably going to still write the werewolf stuff just because it is part of my job. But I also want to write things I'm more interested in. So I definitely need to edit my fantasy book 2, which is where the assassin comes from. Because when I was writing that, I was writing, I think, like 4 or 5 other books at the same time. And I kept mixing up the... what's it called? The tense. So instead of writing in third person, I was writing in first and things like that, because I'm an idiot. I do not recommend writing more than 1 book at once. Maybe 2 if you can manage to, but never as many as I was doing. I was stupid. So I definitely need to fix that. Then I can re-release it on Amazon and Kindle. After that, I want to write book 3. Although I'm not sure what I'm going to do with book 3 yet, because I've got 2 choices. I can either continue the main storyline or I can do a prequel. The prequel was originally going to be the first book, but then I had ended up with a different idea and ended up with what I ended up with. But I don't know. I also have other ideas I really want to write about, so... because I have an idea, I think I've lost this. Yeah. Wait a second. Stop flying. So, the other idea I have... Obviously, I'm not going to say the whole idea because I need to keep it for myself mostly. The other idea I had for a fantasy was a knight fighting dragons and then getting cursed and ending up being a dragon himself and then trying to deal with that. So I really want to write that book. I also want to try my hand at sci-fi. I don't think I'll be very good at it, but I also want to try and give it a go. I want to try an isekai at some point, minus the harem bit, but I do want to try an isekai at some point. See, I've got all these ideas, but because the platforms I write for are all about the romance and the smut and the werewolves, it doesn't really give me much to work with, and I think that's why I'm struggling at the moment. I have all this imagination just kind of being contained, and it's not frustrating, but at the same time it's definitely getting me to the point where I need to release some of this pent-up imagination. Yeah, I could try science fantasy. I definitely have to think of a good idea for it. I haven't quite got an idea for it yet, but I just know I want to try it at some point. I'm not sure what else I want to do. There's just so many ideas that I could go with. But I think for some of these ideas, I think I want to try the traditional publishing route. Because online platforms are kind of set in their ways. There is 1 or 2 that focuses on fantasy, which is nice. But they seem to be gravitating a lot towards the urban sort of setting and not fantasy. They're not even urban fantasy, which would have been, fine, but they're focusing on the, I want to say son-in-law genre, and if you like that stuff, that's fine. You know, we're all entitled to whatever it is we like, but I just think it's boring. Like, so you obviously got the main character starts off poor or assumedly poor, and then gets treated like dirt, and then huzzah, he's rich and he's powerful. It just sounds a little bit boring, a little bit too generic for me. I need something more wild, where I can sort of stretch my creative juices. Clicky click. Sorry. And I need to read my friend's books, actually. I have started reading some of her books, but I got distracted writing myself. So I definitely need to finish reading books. She'll probably be glad of the plug. So my friend's book was called The Unexpected Sidekick, I think it was called. And that was pretty good from what I managed to start reading of it. So the main character thinks they're going to be like I'm going to say main character, but they don't think they're going to be main character because obviously they don't know it's a story, of the task that the king sends them on, but he ends up partnered with someone else, and she ends up being like the quote-unquote main character, and he doesn't like that because he's accustomed to being like the leader, I guess. So that seemed pretty entertaining. I'm fairly sure it was called The Unexpected Side Character. She also just finished releasing another book. I haven't read it yet, but she's given me a copy. What was it called? It's behind me. 2 seconds. Oh, it's not even that. Reluctant side character. Okay. And that book. Okay. It was a reluctant side character. Not an unexpected side character. A reluctant side character. The other one was Animal Control. From what I remember her telling me, was that it was a superhero book, but not a superhero book. So all the animals in the world end up with superpowers, but they're still animals. So they still behave like animals, but they end up with superpowers. And then you've got the sort of like, I'm going to say zookeepers, but they're not zookeepers, trying to like contain them. And that was her other book that she released. So I really want to read that one. It's supposed to be more comedy, but still sort of like got that fantasy element. So yeah, I think they're on Amazon and Kindle. So if you want to check them out, feel free to. I'm sure she'll be appreciative of it. But yeah, most of mine tend to be romance because that's what I've ended up having to work with. But I do want to go back into my fantasy roots. I miss writing fantasy. But I really need to finish this other book first. Where's my... There it is. I lost my mouse pointer for a second. But yeah. We have tried to encourage our other friend to write a book because he would definitely write something really funny. I think Animal Control was actually his idea, and then obviously she wrote it. But I don't know if he will. He's quite lazy. And I'm not saying that to be mean to him. It's what he himself has said. He'd rather give people ideas and have them write it rather than him write it. Seriously? Oh, there we go. We still got you. But yeah. I definitely want to go the traditional route though, because I don't mind online publishing, but at least with traditional I can probably like get away with doing a bit more freedom. Being an indie author is fun and all, but it's hard to get into the market for me. Again, everyone wants werewolf romance and I'm getting bored of it, so. But it is what it is. Yeah, laziness will kill all authors. I wish I could use the excuse that my an inability to finish this book is laziness. I think I'm just burnt out. It's a very, very long book because online platforms love the longer books. It's almost how long is it? I think it's like 200,000 words, something like that. Almost, anyway. It's a very, very long book. Thank you, Knight. Hopefully I get back into my swing of writing. I did manage a couple of words last night, which is better than what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. Well, I do know why, but at the same time I don't know why. What's the time now? 4:30? No, I can still play this for a little bit more. I can still chill for a little bit more. No worries, Knight. I will see you when I see you. No, that was good. Thank you for coming. As always, I appreciate you and John and everyone else that comes constantly. I know I'm only doing 2 shifts next week, but I will be helping my friend move, so I don't know how much availability I'll have. They've pretty much given him a week to move, so that's fun. But I'll try and squeeze in some time for you guys. Push comes to shove, I'll definitely at least release a video or something. But I'll figure something out. In the meantime, I will see you around though. Have a good day. I will get a watermelon at some point. You cannot take this away from me. Or maybe you can. This game really does not let me have my cake. I will have my cake, and I will damn right eat it too. Ooh, I didn't realise there was a Kingdom Come 2 coming out. I need to play the first game. Yeah, actually I'm staring at it right now, so I need to play that. I think that was one of the games I really was looking forward to and then never got around to playing. Like my huge list of games that I haven't gotten around to play. I also need to play the new Final Fantasy. I've heard mixed reviews about that one, but I got that one for Christmas. I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. Oops, didn't mean to put you there. I was too busy looking at the games. Oh, and I got Danganronpa. I also need to play that. Yeah, I'd probably end up with it on the PlayStation, John, because I know my laptop can't handle any of these new games either. I'm still honest. It still honestly surprises me that I'm able to play Baldur's Gate on here. Most games I'll get on my PlayStation though. Ooh, so close to getting a thingy. So close. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. Oh, come on, give me that. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but not quite like that. Oh, there we go. I wonder if I can stream my PlayStation 5 to YouTube. Come on, Brawly. Thank you. Obviously I won't be able to have my I won't be able to stream it through my laptop to get my vtube studio working. But if I can stream my PlayStation 5, I'll see if I can do it that way. Because I have so many games on there that I could stream, but I also don't want to oh, my brain's gone. I also don't think my laptop could handle them if I bought them for, like, on Steam or whatever. I'm so close to getting this silly thing, and it keeps giving me fruit I don't want. Yeah, got it, you bastard. I will not be able to get rid of this watermelon though. If I do, it'll be very, very, very lucky. Ugh. God, it keeps giving me horrible fruit. Like, seriously, what is this? What is this? I'm gonna have that stuck in my head now. Thanks, John. And no, I'm not singing it, because if I sing it, I'm gonna curse you all with my horrible voice. More so than you already cursed. But now I have that song stuck in my head. This is going to be my entire night. Having really obscure songs stuck in my head. Ugh. Come on, give me some fruit that I can actually work with. Yeah, kind of like that, but not quite. Yeah, you stay there. No, you're not gonna roll. That's fine. Okay. We're fine. I say as seriously? Ugh. This is not looking good. But we got one melon, so that's the main thing. Ugh, this is definitely not going well. You couldn't just squeeze down there now? Yeah, no, this isn't working. You're just delaying the inevitable gain. There we go. Don't know if I've seen that advert. I might have, actually. If they've shown that on British TV, probably have. The only thing that I get in my head when I think of He-Man, though, is I think it was an old AMV, where what was the songs, what was the song called? You know, the one where it's like, I get up every morning, I step outside. That one. That's what goes on in through my head whenever I think of He-Man. Oh man. Now I'm gonna have that stuck in my head. British TV has the weirdest commercials though. Really weird commercials. I need to stop flying, please. Thank you. The thing is, I can't really play any of these because I don't know what Twitch's terms and conditions are. So I know YouTube won't like me playing the soundtrack. Yeah, I do like the weird commercials. The ones that get stuck in my head the most is, I think it's the Milky Way advert. It's a really, really, really old advert. But it's like the red car and blue car had a race. Or red car wanted to do is stuff his face. That one gets in my head all the time. I think there was another one. I can't remember what the other one is. There is another one, but I can't remember what it is now. Morrison's has a commercial going on at the moment. For those of you who don't know, Morrison's is a retail store in Britain. It's pretty much a see, I don't even know what would be comparable because Walmart has literally everything, including guns and stuff, so I'm not really sure if I could compare it to Walmart. But it's basically a bog standard shopping market, much like Tesco's or Asda's or any of them. But they're playing an advert right now, and it's for what's the biscuits? B&M, something stupid. And they've taken the theme tune from the Muppets. It's a very old theme tune, and that's all that gets stuck in my head every time I hear it. It's not the fact that the theme tune itself is catchy. It's the stupid image that goes through my head. Just that the Muppets going and it's just like, oh god, now the Muppets are in my head. But they seem to have co-opted that soundtrack, and it's like, no, it's not yours, it's the Muppets. But it's so catchy and it's really annoying. And every time I go into Morrison's to shop, that's when I hear that, that's all I can imagine. So frustrating. And like, you'll be singing it all day or perhaps all week. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to be singing it, but I'm definitely going to have that image in my head. Thanks. Adverts. Gotta love them. I'm sure Tesco's has some cringe ones as well, but I haven't been in Tesco's in like forever. I think there was some cringe adverts on TV. What? They've had some Duraplex ones which were really funny. So you had the one where the kid was throwing a major tantrum, and then you had the duplex, like, I can't remember exactly what was said, but it was pretty much, and this is why you need to wear a condom, so you don't have to deal with kids throwing tantrums. And I just found it really hysterical. I thought it was really funny. I don't know if you could get away with it nowadays because people are offended by everything these days, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I'm not sure if Tesco's, I would say, is better than Walmart, but yeah, they're all pretty much similar. It just depends on the price. The Tesco's by me is probably the worst one. There's so many shops around by me. It's unbelievable. I'm not sure which ones are the best because we literally have all of them around by me. Although I think one of them is closed down for the year for remodeling. I can't remember which one that was, but we've pretty much got Tesco's, we've got Morrison's, we got what was the other ones? We've got Tesco's, Morrison's, Asda, B&M, Lidl's, Aldi's. I think it was Aldi's that is closed down for the year for remodeling. But it's just like within one little section of road area, you've got all of them, and it's just like, why are there so many? So yeah, and you would think with so many supermarkets in one place, you would think that they were rather competitive in prices. They claim to be, but they're not. They're really not. Some are really expensive. I think Morrison's is one of the most expensive places to go shopping. Lidl's and Aldi's is probably the cheaper ones. Tesco's, I think, is sort of, it's hit or miss whether or not it's cheaper than Morrison's or dearer. Asda's, again, hit or miss whether or not it's cheaper or whatnot. I think they do have more offers there though, but I find the staff are really grumpy there. I don't know whether it's just because it's retail. I don't blame them. Morrison's I find to have the friendlier staff. Tesco's I haven't been to in a while, so I'm not sure what they're like anymore. They used to be rather friendly. And Lidl's and Asda, Lidl's and Aldi's, I can't really say I've noticed their staff being rather chipper, but I think they're less moody than Asda. But yeah, they're all pretty much the same. They're like Walmart, but they're not exactly like Walmart. I think, though, Asda is owned by the same people who own Walmart, though. Oh, you get weirdos everywhere here. I'm not sure if they're quite on Walmart's level, but you definitely have some weirdos here. So I obviously work retail. I've seen people get really, really, really competitive. Mostly at Christmas, because obviously we don't do Thanksgiving. But at Christmas times, if there's not enough turkeys to go around, they can get really competitive then. So we've definitely had a few fights over turkeys. That's always a joy. I've also seen a grown-ass man throw a temper tantrum because we didn't have any, I think it was brown sauce, but it might have been barbecue sauce. So yeah, we definitely have some crazy people here. Just not America crazy people. Or Walmart crazy people, I should say. Can't lump you all under the same brush. What else have I seen crazy people do? I wasn't there for it, but when one of my other friends used to work for the same company I work for, she had someone throw a pork pie at her face. I don't think it actually hit her face, luckily. But yeah, he threw the pork pie at her face for some bizarre reason. I think because he didn't want that particular one or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, and as I said, I wasn't there for it. So yeah, we definitely have our own brand of crazy here. So if that makes any Americans feel better for how often I take the mick out of you guys, trust me, I take the mick out of everybody, including my own people, because my people are just as batshit insane as everybody else. And I think I've just lost that. Never mind. We also have people fight over reduction stuff. I don't see it as much anymore because we no longer do reductions as low as we used to. We only do half price now instead of, I think it was 75%. So in the past you could get things over like 9p and stuff, but we don't do that no more. So I don't see as many fights now for reduction stuff. That was always fun. I used to call them seagulls. Although other people used to call them vultures, but I think seagulls fits a lot better. For those who have witnessed what a seagull is like, you'll know where I'm coming from. For the most part, I think people aren't too crazy. It just depends what time of year it is. Obviously we do have I'm going to say Black Friday, although that's a relatively new thing that we've been doing for the last couple of years. Is it Black Friday? Or was it the other one? What's the American one that they have after Thanksgiving? It is Black Friday, isn't it? Or is that ours? Because we used to have something after Christmas on Boxing Day. But I think that was just called Boxing Day sales. Yeah, it is Black Friday. I thought so. So yeah, so Black Friday is I'm gonna say fairly new, like within the last like when did they start actually doing Black Friday? I want to say it was before COVID, but it might have been just after COVID. But yeah, people can get a bit crazy around that time as well. My store no longer does sort of like electronics anymore, so we don't get to see people being crazy for electronics. We used to do TVs and I think it was PlayStation and Xbox games. But we stopped doing those because I'm not actually sure why we stopped selling those. Because obviously you'd get a lot of sales on those. So I'm guessing they just had way too many thieves, and so they decided it wasn't profitable enough. because thieves are quite brazen around here. Of course, the new laws don't really help prevent thieves anymore, but there we go. That's a whole argument. But no, I don't see people crazy for electronics now because we don't sell them. I'm fairly sure they do in the city centre though, because people be crazy. It is almost 10 to. Okay, I'll give it another 5 minutes or until I die here, and then I have to go and get ready for D&D. Mostly already ready, I just need to pack some drinks and maybe some snacks. Because I already have the dice in my bag, and I'm fairly sure I've got the magic cards I want to take with me in there as well. So yeah, I think I just need to finish getting ready. But it's been nice just chilling and chatting today. You're going to just... This game really does not like me. Yeah, you did that on purpose, you little red fruity thing. I suppose you're more pink than red, but still. There we go. We're behaving a little bit better. Seriously. I'm hoping that I managed to get my Twitch thing to... No. I'm hoping that I managed to get my Twitch thing to save the video, because I didn't manage to do it last time, not realising I had to set stuff up. So hopefully I fixed that. I'm really not familiar with Twitch at all. I knew it was streaming fine, so that should be alright. This game does not like me one little bit. Okay, let's put you there. Then, yes, there we go. I got a bit more room now. Go there. Curse. It's fine, this is fine, I say as the world burns around me. It was starting to get in my favour, but then it realised it was being too nice to me. And it decided to be a jackass. Did not mean to put you there, but never mind. Oh no! You bastard. They would have touched. Get in there. Give me fruit I can use. Thank you. No, I don't want small fruit now. I want the bigger fruit. That'll do. Ugh. This game really does not want me getting the fruit I want. Oh, there we go. It's starting to like me a little bit more. Until it decides that I've been too lucky. You can go in there. And you can go in there. Will you manage to hit that? Oh, you did. Okay, good. Good, good, good. That can go there. You go there. Okay, you were liking me so far. Oh, except now, because you decide to give me this. Never mind, that's fine. I can work with this. This is fine. I can go in there, I can go in there. Good, good, good. Don't think it's going to get in. Ooh, ooh, there we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. This is going rather too well for me. And I don't want you. You can go there. That's fine. Ugh. I can go there. Come on, you two need to touch already. There we go. It really sounds terrible when I say that. Yeah, that can go there. That's good, 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 good. You're behaving. Yeah. I don't think I have too much overconfidence. I know this game's going to screw me over. No, you were supposed to go to the other one. Damn it. What did I just say? It knew I wanted it to go to the other little orangey thing. But it decided it wasn't gonna. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're not too good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. No, you were supposed to go with it. Thank you. It's fine. This is fine. Better not throw my luck too much one way or the other. Yes, this is good. I suppose you would be handier there. Okay, I wanted you to roll it down that way, but never mind. You're just going to do this to me. Ugh. Give me fruit I can use. Yeah, you're gonna push everything up, aren't you? How did I guess? How did I guess? Okay, so I am going to end it here because I need to get ready for my D&D. And no, my friend, she's going to surprise me by coming earlier than she usually does. Usually she gets here by about past, but the other week she messaged me about 10 past and threw me. So I'm going to leave it here and wrap up. But thank you, John and Knight, for chatting. I don't know if there was anyone from... Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I just went on to multi-stream and I'm guessing... Huh. So if I go on multi-stream instead of YouTube, it shows YouTube and it has the little... Okay, okay. I'm learning something new every day and I got distracted. I do apologise. Okay, so what I want to do then for when I'm streaming in like multiple platforms is have it on multi-stream chat, and then I can see the chat from everywhere, not just YouTube. Okay, well that's interesting. You can probably tell I've not multi-streamed before. Huh, okay. I'll try and remember that for next time. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna end this here. I will see you all, hopefully... Yeah, see, I've got a message now. I bet it's her saying on her way. Oh, no, it's on the group chat. Oh, okay. Not her, but was my D&D party. I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, so thanks for coming, John and Knight. Hopefully I will attempt to stream next week. Trying to remember what days I was off again. I'm fairly sure I'm in work Tuesday and Saturday. Yeah, I'm in work Tuesday and Saturday. So potentially Wednesday or Thursday. The Sunday I'll probably be doing something with my nephew. Because I won't be able to do it this weekend. Maybe Monday? I don't think I'm doing anything Monday either. So I'll try and find time to stream next week. Again, it depends on what days I'm going to be helping my friend move. Because he only has a week to move, so all of our D&D group are going to get together to... what day is it today? Friday, yeah. So Saturday we're going to get together and try and help him. I don't know if we'll get it all done by tomorrow, the end of tomorrow, but I'll try and squeeze in some time for streaming. Joys of adulting. But again, thank you for joining me. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.